All right, this is Brent Leary, and welcome to another edition of This Week in Small Biz, brought to you by smallbusinesstrends.com, smallbiztrends.com. Just want to make sure I got that right.
Yeah, I get that right.
So every week they give me a list of the top articles. I choose 2 or 3 to talk about. I try to find somebody intelligent, smart, bright, good insights to help me out with this. Instead, I have John Colder-Rice Lawson this week. Thank you for joining.
Really? Wow.
Did you expect any other kind of?
Probably not, but I thought maybe we're going for a different vibe this
No, I like the vibe we currently have. But I am thankful that we are in the big time media studios. Is this the Colder-Rice Media Studio? Is this what we're in?
Welcome.
I feel welcome. All right, so we're going to talk about 3 articles.
Yeah.
Not 3 articles. And it just so happens that all 3 articles this week for This Week in Small Biz are all Amazon flavored, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's right in my wheelhouse. So you picked the right guy for this week.
All right, so we're going to talk about the article from Larry Kim on Amazon SEO tips, how to rank as high in Amazon search. We're also going to talk a little bit about, if I can get this, creating the right retail experience. If I can only get this article out there. Yes, how to create an in-store experience that beats out Amazon. That's from the editors at smallbusiness.com. And we're also going to touch on a little bit on this Amazon orders 20,000 Mercedes-Benz vans for new delivery service. Should be fascinating to talk about that. All right, let's talk about the one from Larry Kim. Amazon SEO tips. You're a big-time Amazon seller. So you want to check this article out. We're not going to talk about all the tips, but he talks about knowing what Amazon A9's algorithm is. You know anything about that?
Well, I mean, if you remember A9, maybe you guys don't even remember, A9 originally was a browser that Amazon created a while ago. I mean, long time ago, and it never really took off, right?
Was that before the Silk one too?
Yeah, it had to be because Silk didn't come out until they had a device. A9 was out before they even had a device, and
so they had a special algorithm apparently.
I guess. I mean, the thing is, what he's looking at or is really talking about is you have to understand that Amazon search is based on the old A9 search, and it's still called A9. So there's a different level of searching and requirements for being at the top of the SEO chain for Amazon versus what you might do for a Google, ranking.
Right.
So it's about knowing what that feed is looking like and what the spider's crawling for.
And that's really important because product searches really start with Amazon. They don't start with Google, right, for the most part?
I think it was like 60-70% of people looking directly for a product will start now on Amazon.
Okay, another one he talks about is prioritizing keywords in Amazon product listing. How important is that?
It is very important in the listing and in the title. There are some tools out there that will help you. I know one of them is MerchantWorks, which has a fantastic tool that will give you the buyer-based keywords, how a buyer is looking for a product on Amazon, and it will scour Amazon's A9 and give you, it'll kick back some of that. So those guys got a good tool.
I think that one's cool, but I really like the last one here, how to optimize for Amazon customer reviews. I mean, we know how important reviews are.
Yes.
To getting people to look at your product and feel good about buying your product. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, naturally customers, we find that, without any, strategy, most of the customers don't leave reviews, especially if you have good service. Now, if you have bad service, that's when they're hitting you in a review, right? But if everything works well, it's rare that people will do that. Maybe 1 in 10 people. But if you have a strategy and you prioritize, your service and make sure that there are factors in for you having performance reviews, that will help in your product reaching the top of SEO for Amazon. Absolutely.
Yeah, but we want to make sure that people don't cross the thin line between doing the right thing with optimization and
people are doing so many wrong things, and if you are asking directly in email, please, give me 5-star ratings on stuff like that, that is just not a good thing. Also, people were trading product for reviews. Not a good thing. If Amazon finds out, they're going to shut you down. And definitely don't put something inside the package asking for reviews directly like that. Not a good thing. So just want to know what the rules are for getting reviews, but don't also forget that part of your review or the things that would factor into the SEO are the reviews plus your sales. So I've actually seen people will launch a product and got 100 reviews and nobody's actually bought the product yet. So no verified sellers. So you definitely a verified purchaser review outweighs all of these
chicanery.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
so
good.
Don't get into that.
Good. All right, that's good. We beat that one up a lot. All right, next one from the small business editors at smallbusiness.com. How to create an in-store experience that rivals or even beats out Amazon. Now, everybody is kind of trying to figure out how to compete with Amazon, even if you are a physical store.
Right.
And actually, Amazon is starting to put up these ghost stores all over. So this is maybe really important going forward. But you have things like, of course, increasing your digital presence. I think that goes without saying.
Absolutely.
About that. Offer in-store Wi-Fi. That's one that I think a lot of people don't really think about too much.
Which is just so obvious. I mean, people are going to want in-store Wi-Fi if you can get it.
Yeah.
And if you can get them, interested and have enough bandwidth, why not? So they can do their product research, because they're going to do their product research on your showroom floor anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. But make it very inviting for people to be smartphone independent.
I like this last one here, because I don't know if a lot of small businesses do this enough. Create that kind of customer loyalty program. And let's just look at what Amazon has done with Prime. And so that shows you the power of creating some kind of a customer loyalty program.
Right.
That gives them something that will make it easier and remove friction from them buying stuff from you.
Yes. And I mean, there's so many tools out there to do that. I mean, even just a Facebook group. If people come to your page, they like your page, and you give them access to a private group where you give them specific, details and discounts, just so you can have those people on the ready, right? Because I mean, email is a little bit, in terms of open rates, are a little bit lower than they've been in the past.
Yeah.
But having them in like a Facebook group or even with Messenger, where you can send out specials and deals and offers to your customers, that's an easy way to get them way more engaged with the brand.
Take these tips. These are some good pieces of advice. Check out the articles too.
Absolutely.
All right, last one.
Big
Gotta
one.
figure out, this is kind of interesting. Amazon orders 20,000 Mercedes-Benz vans, not the hit by a brick vans. We're talking Mercedes-Benz vans.
It sounds great on the surface. However, if you literally go to Europe, pretty much all the vans are Mercedes-Benz vans, right? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like
Some
Mercedes
of us don't
vans.
go to Europe all that
Well,
often,
I'm just saying. I mean, it's kind of standard that's the vans that they use. I guess it's like, okay, hey, these guys are doing Mercedes, but the Mercedes. What people don't know is that Mercedes makes vehicles and engines that are great for repeated use. That's why a lot of the engines for airplanes are Mercedes-Benz engines.
Yeah.
So they've mastered that. And Amazon's only going to work with the best. That's what's kind of saying to me.
I think the biggest point around this is that Amazon is gearing up to cut the Postal Service out of the business that they do.
You think that's? Do you think that? Let's ask you this: do you think that's a shot across the bow to the United States Postal Service or to FedEx and UPS? Who do you think it would really? I know they're going for all, but is it for the last mile or for a little bit
I think it's because of a certain president that's in office right now that has been making some really tough remarks about them.
Okay.
And what better way to get those remarks out of the equation? You take your business to either internal, or you do a little bit more business with some of the other carriers. The whole thing is, how do we, and this is just my opinion, how do we remove that threat from what we need to do?
From the equation completely.
Right.
And the other thing is, you know, this is very interesting if you piggy it back on the other news for Amazon looking to partner with companies that already have package delivery. Remember they put that out there, right?
Yeah.
So now you're figuring what they're kind of doing is doing a little bit of a Uber play, where Uber will rent you the transportation for you to get in and upgrade, you know, leapfrog into business. So there's going to be people that maybe don't have the means to purchase a fleet, and Amazon's probably going to end up helping them really get on board.
So once again, to me, it's all about having as much control over the whole ecosystem and supply chain as possible. This is another way that they can do it.
Yep.
They're, you know, we know that they're hiring or making an opportunity for small businesses to become carriers, you know, to do more of the processing and the fulfillment. So to me, it's like two birds with one stone.
Yeah, and it makes sense.
It does make sense, and it probably will make dollars for Amazon.
Yeah, there you go.
Jeff will be even more, you know, wealthy,
rich,
I guess.
Rich.
Anyway, so this kind of was like a watching Amazon takeover of This Week in Small Business.
Week, right?
But only because the list had some really interesting things around it. And so there are lots of other articles that have absolutely nothing to do with Amazon on that list. We suggest you check them all out when you get a chance. We also suggest that you subscribe to the YouTube channel so that when we put these videos out, you get notified and you can check them out as well. So until next week, I'm Brent Leary. Thanks again for letting me hang out in the media room, the media center for Colder Ice Media. That's John Lawson.
Awesome.
We'll see you next week.